What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, please kindly subscribe below, leave this video a big thumbs up, and feel free to comment. Today there are a few things that we're going to talk about, the main subject being wheels. And I know I was kind of like, oh, I got wheels on order, I got wheels, but they're back ordered. Now I changed my mind on what kind of wheels I want. All over the board. You guys know this, I've said it in plenty of videos. And I've also told you there are big things happening behind the scenes that I don't really show on the channel. So today we're gonna explain a little bit more about that. But first we're gonna utilize the 43-degree weather here in Ohio and the fact that I got out of work a little bit early and we still have some daylight to do something I've been meaning to do for a little while. And we're gonna get down here and you can see some of the little rust spots from where the welds are and stuff on my frame. And you can see I already touched this one up a little bit with the black paint. But we are gonna prepare for the winter here. Make sure that rust doesn't spread anywhere else. Luckily, they haven't salted the roads too heavily around here yet. There hasn't been really a lot of snow. So, the fact that I just cleaned my Jeep off yesterday, everything underneath should be relatively salt-free. So we are gonna get under here and you can see even these welds, you know, with, you know, some spotty rust and stuff like that. We're gonna sand some of this stuff down and hit it with some paint. I guess I didn't realize how many spots on this frame where the welds are, that these welds are already starting to rust, but I mean, I guess I should have figured that they were going to be pretty bad, but there are quite a few spots we need to treat here. So I was under here spraying, you know, weld here on the axle, and I noticed that there's something here that doesn't belong. And I'm not quite sure how this little guy got stuck in here because I can't get it off. It seems like it's some kind of spacer or some kind of, I don't know, it has a hex on the one side and on this side it's threaded. So yeah, I picked up a little hitchhiker along the way somehow and don't know how to get him out. So I'm probably gonna have to take this shock bolt off just to get that out. So seems like something we're gonna have to worry about later. Now this happens to me all the time when I'm laying on the ground doing, you know, something underneath a car or a truck or my Jeep or whatever, and you know, you finish the task at hand, but then you're just laying here and you're kind of like, this is pretty comfortable. I don't really want to get up and continue on with whatever I was doing in life, but kind of feeling a little bit like that right now. So yeah, I know you guys want to talk about wheels, so let's move on. So for those of you with automatic transmissions, this thing here is called a parking brake. Since I don't have a P anywhere on here, these are just numbers, we're just gonna take this, put this down, and then we can lift up on this collar here, and we're in reverse. And that's just a tip for, you know, 90% of you guys out there that drive the automatics. Not hating on the automatics, I can agree that automatics are nice to drive. They're probably easier to take off-road if you're ever gonna do that. But if you ever catch yourself in a manual Wrangler, you're welcome. Also, we're very much in the holiday spirit because, again, I am the only Mojito still that has the factory red Rubicon dash installed by myself, but still, as far as I know, I'm still the only one that has it. I do actually get asked a lot why I bought a manual. I mean, yeah, it's nice, you have an upgraded crawl ratio because of the gearing. I just enjoy driving manuals. I like shifting my own gears and all that kind of stuff. And one of the biggest positives about it is I saved $2 right up front because I didn't opt for the 9-speed automatic. And yes, just because of the transmission, it saved me $2. Huge negative though is that it doesn't make it any easier to shift while filming. Alright, so we made it to our destination. Nothing but what a Jeep should be on. Mud and some gravel. Don't worry about that road. We're off-roading here. This is off-roading right here. I can't tell you how many comments I get per day, either on my Instagram or on my YouTube, where somebody is saying, dude, let's put a lift kit on it, some wheels, tires, let's get to the good stuff. And the truth of the matter is I have been working on that stuff. I just haven't been sharing it with you guys because of a few reasons. I was waiting on certain brands to come out with a decent lift kit that was bigger than 2.5-inch lift. I just wanted to go a little bit bigger, like a 3-inch or a 3.5-inch, and to some people, you know, that 1/2 inch to 1 inch, that matters. Same kind of goes for the wheels. I was kind of waiting for the right wheel. I did put a set on order, but then they got back ordered and I kind of changed my mind because if they're on back order, then a lot of people are gonna have them. Like in one of my previous videos, Ryan said, why wouldn't you just wait until SEMA? When we're out there, we can see all of the new wheels that brands are going to be coming out with that pretty much they're going to show at SEMA and then release later on, either this year or like January or like the first couple months of 2019. So originally that is what I did. I waited until SEMA. So I was looking at some fuel wheels. I was looking at the sledges for the fuels, KMC. I did like the chopsticks, but I thought they were a little bit too dressy for the Rubicon. And as crazy as it might seem, I was actually considering the fuel Zephyrs in like candy red. And I've seen them in person and they are absolutely amazing wheels. They look awesome. The problem is, and I know people are like, oh dude, you'd have a Christmas Jeep at that point. And honestly, I really don't care because like having red wheels on a green Jeep, it's like nobody else would really have the balls to do that. So I would just be able to stand out a little bit more with like bright candy red wheels. The problem with the Zephyrs is that they are true beadlocks and they're not really like street legal or like highway legal. They're not DOT approved, so you're not really supposed to use them on the road. That being said, they were 17x9s was the biggest size they would go. These are 17s right here on 33s, and they look good, but it's because it's a 33-inch tire. I think the wheel to tire ratio looks right with 17s on 33s. However, I do want to do bigger wheels, and I'm afraid that 17-inch wheels would look just a little bit too small for my liking. You know, bigger tires, especially with a lift. I feel like it would just be a lot of tire and not so much wheel. So, and again, this is going to be another big debate: big wheels with smaller tires, or bigger tires with smaller wheels. It's really all personal preference. Everybody has a different preference on Jeeps. I personally think that both look good, whether you're running a 22 or even a 24, but you're running it even on like a 37 or like a 40. I mean, the wheel to tire ratio would look good if you get a nice aggressive tire and you're building, the Jeep for shows and it's sky high and all this kind of stuff. But if you're building it for off-road, obviously you want bigger sidewall, you want the beadlocks, you want more protection for the wheel. So it kind of goes hand in hand. It depends what you're actually building your Jeep for. And so it all comes down to this: what have I decided to do with my Wrangler for wheels? Well, that's where the other half of the story comes into play. When I was out at SEMA, I was lucky enough to meet and have some time with Kelly Ash from RBP. Now, we have met Kelly Ash before. She is vice president of RBP, which is Rolling Big Power, and most of the time what they're building are giant show trucks. They have awesome grills. If you haven't checked out Ryan's channel, again, he has an RBP grill custom made for himself. They do grills, step bars, wheels. They even have some tires. So like a whole assortment of stuff. But when we were out there at SEMA, we got to talking, and they actually came out with a whole new line of wheels. And one of the wheels that she showed me was the 50R Cobra. Now, if you guys remember, I showed you a 6-door Mojito that was out at SEMA. That Jeep actually had these wheels on there. It had the beadlock actually painted Mojito to match. They kept the regular wheel on the inside just, you know, matte black. Now, these aren't just normal beadlocks. Apparently, you are able to switch out the ring and make them DOT approved. And now this is patent pending, so I'm not sure how entirely this works, but I'm not sure if you switch out the ring, if the ring that you switch out is DOT approved. I have to get some more details on that. But she showed me these wheels and she's like, I mean, RBP's known for kind of custom painted wheels, and they're known for show trucks and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of interesting that RBP would make a beadlock, because they are gearing up to take on the off-road industry. They're gearing up to sell these beadlocks to off-road trucks and Jeeps, specifically more so Jeeps, because they have so many different types of wheels that fit trucks really nicely. So we were in the booth for a little while, got to talking. Ryan is sponsored by RBP. He's got the grill and all that kind of stuff. And through Ryan and through SEMA, I was actually able to get a sponsor from RBP. So I'm actually going to get a set of the RBP 50R Cobra beadlocks, and as an added bonus, I am gonna get them custom painted and really have something that's one of a kind. So I want you guys to stay tuned. So it'd be interesting to see your guys' opinion on these wheels and what they look like on here. And again, I'm getting them custom painted, so it's costing me a little bit extra, but it's totally worth it. So that's the reason that I don't have the wheels right now, is because these wheels are so new. The only ones that I've seen are on the 6-door Mojito that we saw out at SEMA. And then again out there was a truck that had them on there. It was blue, and it actually had the black wheels with a blue color matched beadlock. The problem is, these wheels being so new, I probably will not see them until February or March. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on them at the end of January, so you guys are gonna have to stick tight. This is also one of the reasons I don't have my lift on yet, because I don't want to lift it and be on stock wheels and tires. Like, everybody sees those people and they're just like, so yeah, that's kind of an explanation of why I don't have my lift, my wheels, or my tires on just yet. I know I've been kind of rambling on. As you can see, Ohio is giving us a beautiful sunset in the background, which means it is in fact getting freezing cold outside. I'm just kind of holding it together right now. I'm very thankful that I installed my WeatherTech the other day, because if you can see just walking around here, yeah, we got a nice big set of muddy boots. Anyways guys, thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't already, please get down there and hit subscribe. We are giving away a blackout JK grill, so not this grill, but for a JK, at our 5,000 subscriber mark. We're almost there. We're at 3,577, I think, last time I checked. So let's get there. Give away this grill, make somebody's Christmas a little bit better. Be sure to get down there, like this video, leave some comments for me, and let me know what you think about the wheels. I mean, should I went with the candy red Zephyrs? I mean, I don't know, that would have been a little bit wild. And as always guys, we will catch you in the next one.